Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and I had a 3-hour long reaction to the entire album, and it got partially blocked. And by partially blocked, it means almost everywhere everyone watches. So, I don't know if it's because of the sheer quantity of copyright claimed content, but what I'm going to do is I am chopping it up into smaller videos of each and every song. If you want to watch the unedited, well, it's all going to be unedited. If you want to watch the unclipped version where I don't clip things apart, go down into that. In my description, I have the free link to my Patreon account. As in, there's a bunch of videos up on that Patreon link where you do not have to become a member to watch. I am, as of the recording of this little intro, downloading it right now. It's gonna take a while for a 3-hour video to download, but hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be there. And if you want to watch the unedited, the unchopped up version, it's right there in the Patreon free page. Otherwise, I'm going to tack this little thing here on the front of all of my chopped up versions of the video. So it will be my unedited thoughts. I just apparently have to chop it up because YouTube doesn't like that much copyrighted material in one place. All right, this is cutting to me in past self, completely unaware of this issue. I'm on my 3rd cup of the day. Don't worry, I am staying hydrated. I'm probably going to have to go grab something to eat after this so the acidity doesn't settle into my stomach. You don't care. We are on to Charmer. All right. Let's see if we have all sorts of switch-ups here. A little more chill of a rap to begin with. Okay, I'm getting the theme. I'm trying to drink my coffee here. Come on. Okay, all right. I'm the charmer, and we have a little bit of a flute going on there. So we have a snake charmer. All right, who's here? Oh, that was Doc. So we have a little bit of a charmer. We got that flute reminds me of, you know, when a snake charmer charms the snake out of the basket. Okay. Sounds more like a sound effect than words. Bada 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 bada. What's up? Hey. A little more aggressive now. Ooh. Did we have a little itty bitty beatboxing with that beat? Yep. Yep. Back with the A little more. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not my favorite of the ones so far. It was a good sound. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the raps. Definitely a bigger fan of the first two. So, interesting. Okay, let's check out the lyrics videos. Alright, let's see if we continue on with the theme here. We have a charmer, a snake charmer by the sounds of it. Not necessarily a Prince Charming sort. Every time. There's nothing lacking. I'm saucing, living in Big Soul City without being modest. Alright, yeah, it doesn't sound very modest so far. People following so many, like the laundries. Was that right? Like the laundries? Yeah, because so many like the laundries. When we ping, all fall like bowling. Pins are falling. Rise and high like Everest. There's no way it will fall. Every day rising. So, rising high, don't think you're gonna fall. When I rise, everyone... How did I not read that fast enough? When I rise, everyone be careful of your head. Is that a pun of sorts that I am not getting, or an allusion to some sort of parable or something? When I rise, everyone be careful of your head. Is he gonna knock heads off? I have a feeling that's a reference that I'm not getting, though. Let me know. Oh, you can't resist it. Even if you struggle. Dance through my magic. You cannot suppress it. I'm the charmer. Yeah, that is sound effects. I like that if you don't necessarily get that they're calling you enough with the whole snake charming thing, they do the... I don't know if that's just like a thing, it just kind of worldwide, that particular whistle. Come on. I do that to my dogs. You know, it's... Let me know if that is like an international... Come on, come here. Let me know. If y'all are international stays, let me know if that's an international whistle for, come on, come here, come here. What's up? Hey. Holding the loose pants with my hands and walk. He's sagging? Holding... I see that, man. I'm hang on, my screen dampener just went on. I'm back. That is my eye strain reducer. Okay. What's up? Hold up. Holding loose pants. Oh, that's where we were. I had some issues getting it to turn off, and I got upset at it. I get upset at technology easily. Especially when you hit disable, and it's like, nah. Disable. Yeah. How about the 5th time? Nah. Oh, okay, so walking down the street holding your pants up because either you're sagging or you're trying to be all cool and wearing the fashion that you think is cool in hip-hop, okay? A t-shirt of loose fit flutters by the wind. 99 years celeb, stick like a leech. Ouch. So 99 years celeb. Let me know if that's a reference I'm not getting as well, or if that's just kind of like a way, 99 years of celeb is a way of saying, like, never ending celebrity. Like, just keeps going and going, stick like a leech. I mean, that's pretty obvious. That's, you're leeching off of, I don't know if that necessarily means you're leeching off of, like, popular culture with the whole, sagging pants and trying to get in on the fashion and everything. The pigeons on the street making the noise. Follow me. Okay, so we're back to the pigeons from God's Menu making a noise. Follow me. So that is kind of what they were saying, that you're just following along with the popular trends, that you're just another pigeon on the street making this noise. Follow me. You're just everyday eternal celebrity. You're just following along with the trends. Go for it. Be a pigeon. Even the stray cats look lost. Meerkat. Test the young blood that is still young. Okay. It makes me happy. Now this feel. If you recognize me, you're not silly. I don't know, maybe let's get through his verses. Okay, through his verses. Even the stray cats look lost. Meerkat. The meerkat is a reference to. So test the young blood that is still young. It kind of feels like he's saying, hey, test, dude, you're kind of like a stray cat, man. You're kind of stray. You still got that young blood in you, so, like, test it out. Like, you're still young, you're still, kind of making your own way, feeling your own self out, and yet you are this pigeon following along, just mimicking what other people are doing. Test your own young blood, test yourself, get in there. It makes me happy. Now this feel, if you recognize me, you're not silly. So and I'm feeling like that's a difficult translation one, but the word feel is in there in English as well. So it makes me happy. Now this feel, if you recognize me, you're not silly. Yeah, you're not silly to recognize Hyunjin. Chitty. Oh, that was okay. So that was Chitty Chitty Bang. I wonder if that's Chitty Chitty Bang and take out the complicated rules. Chitty Chitty Bang. That makes me think of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. But I'm old. Mary Poppins. It's not Mary. Is that Mary Poppins? No, that's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It's the characters. Take out the complicated rules. Loosen another screw. Okay, yep, we do have the theme going on. So we have loosen up another screw from Maniac. Take out the complicated rules. I'm guessing that's a little bit of a societal expectations thing. Take out the complicated rules of societal expectations. Take out all of these complicated rules that you have put upon yourself to conform to society. And it's one of those things where I think they're doing a societal critique even on how people feel, even when they feel like they are being different and standing out. Like the fashion choices they have. They think that, having to hold up your pants because you're wearing these certain fashions, even that is fitting in with a certain group. Even that is saying, hey, I am so trying to fill in my expectations of a certain group or of what a society expects out of me that I'm not even wearing pants that fit. It's like, you are, and yet you are at the same time thinking that you are rebelling by not wearing pants that fit, by hitting this certain fashion. So yeah, that's part of these complicated rules is you two levels that you feel like you are rebelling against society by doing certain things and saying I'm not gonna conform, and yet you are conforming to a certain group standard by coming in and putting in kind of these not wearing pants that fit because that is how you are supposed to show that you are either identifying with a certain look or a certain societal like in group way of thinking. I think that they're like totally complicated rules of feeling like you are rebelling against certain things by doing certain things, and you're really conforming to other group rules. Loosen another screw. And I like that I think even that is a double meaning of loosening another screw, because, it's loosen the screws. Obviously the screws are referring to the Frankenstein, it's all drilled in like a monster, but loosen a screw is also here referring to taking out the complicated rules, like loosen another screw on the rules, loosen another screw on societal expectations, like, so there's a double meaning in loosening the screws. Okay, another screw comes loose is not just, we'll see with the rest of the album, but it sounds like another screw coming loose isn't just another screw coming loose up in here. Like, you got a bag full of loose marbles. You got a bag, you have a bunch of screws loose here. But I think they might be saying, like, start to loosen the screws on, like, when you put the screw onto something, you're tightening it down, So maybe they're having a double meaning there of loosening the screws and loosening the tightness, loosening the screws on your societal expectations and your expectation on yourself and how tightly you keep yourself in check. Loosen that screw too. I see you, Stray Kids. Every day I'm chillin'. Fall into the free moves. Look at me. Fall into the free moves. Look at me. So look at me, fall into the free moves. He's dancing freestyle, I guess. I don't know. You can't resist it, even if you struggle. Dance through my magic. So yeah, dancing. Can't resist it. Even if you struggle, dance through my music. Yeah, you can't resist this sound. You can't resist Stray Kids. Even if you struggle with that, maybe the loosening of the screws, and don't dance in public. Don't dance. Even if you struggle, dance through my music. Do it anyway. You cannot suppress it. I'm the charmer. And the thing with, like, if this is bringing up the illusion of snake, the imagery of snake charmers, the thing about snake charmers, they're kind of like street performers, and the thing that makes it interesting is they're playing with danger. It's not like they are charming fluffy kittens out of the little bag. Everybody go, oh, that's so cute. The whole thing is a snake charmer is playing the flute and a snake starts rising up out of this woven basket or a pot, and people go, ooh. Ooh, it's dangerous. The snake charmer is playing with something dangerous. It's calling forth something dangerous, and it captivates the crowd because they can't, kind of like Venom, they can't help but be drawn into this dangerous thing and watch as this charmer calls forth something dangerous. Which, by saying that they are calling forth something dangerous and asking you to loosen a couple screws and get out your normal self, and all of this talk that they've had about, that being like a minefield, that being like a sealed up tornado, maybe they're saying that they are the charmers, and yeah, they are playing with something dangerous. They are asking you in your true dangerous self to come out and that inner self being that dangerous thing that everybody is captivated by at the same time. Like, okay. I might be reading too much into it, but I feel like they're saying I am the charmer. I am calling out your inner dangerous self to get out here. Come on. Even if I try not to stand out, I stand out, right? I know. That's not really a humble brag. That's just a brag. It's like, I'm trying not to stand out, but and that's what happens with people who are their normal selves in public. Like, again, that is what happened to me when I was out with my mom and my grandma. I was being my totally normal self, goofing around, but people don't goof around, especially grown adults, in public and just have a great time. And people actually loved seeing it. We were making everybody smile because it was 3 grown and even elderly women hanging out and just having a riot. Upload, hashtag, we're going up. Yeah, we flying around. It grabs people's attention. You stick out when you are normal. Your normal self. Is that hashtag going to start trending now? Too much attention falls onto me. Even if I'm tired, it can't be helped. It's like same thing Sigmund was saying, that everybody, like, he stands out, everybody looks at him even when he's not trying to. It's like, yeah, all the attention is coming here, man. I'm tired. I just, but hey, it can't be helped. Like, here I am. Coffee's getting lukewarm. Charmer. I'm the charmer. Two charmer. I'm the charmer. Even if I don't do anything, I still shine. Head spinning, I see the stars. Even if I don't do anything, I still, more of that brag stuff. I don't do anything, I'm still shining. Head is spinning and I'm seeing the stars. Even if I don't do anything, I still shine. Because they stand out. They're being their normal selves. At the end, I think that is the end. If I do it too much, my dogs are gonna start perking up. You cannot suppress it. I'm charmer. I'm getting the theme. They definitely have a theme to this album. We're going to the next one, but I'm gonna warm my coffee up first. Okay, I have my coffee refilled. There's even a little morning cheer in it. Don't judge me. Yesterday was St. Paddy's Day, and I am partially Irish, so I have an excuse. Freeze is next, or Tang, and this is one of the ones that we got a little bit of a decent teaser for, so... We get a lot of deep voice Felix in this album, don't we? Interesting. I hadn't noticed that in the teasers or anything. There are 2 opposing beats in here, like that high top. Oh, Grace is back. That, like, the beat over top is like that higher pitch. I am so bad at imitating noises and rhythms and just the higher pitch sound. It sounds like very... It's up here and it's going back and forth. It's a little more hectic, I want to say. And the lower beat is like really calm and drawn out. So you have this abbreviated going on, and you have the beast is really calm, like boom, boom. It's like interesting. Kind of makes you not know whether to rock out to it or like. Picking it up. Ice, 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 baby, get it. Dang. Woo. I love that beat drop.
Dang.
Ooh, really bringing it down. They just end stuff abruptly, don't they? That's why I kind of check in on the time that's left because I'm like, are we gonna? But that they seriously like brought it up there and then just spinning, spinning, spinning. Dang. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the lyrics version. And when the teasers came out, y'all were kind of throwing some stuff out there, and I believe, and correct me in the comments if I am wrong here, but it was along the lines of like the freeze, that tang is the freeze tag. You know, it's the tang is the thing you tag. You know, you're it kind of thing. But it also has a lot of other meanings as well. Like it can be like the buzzer sound for you're wrong, you know, tang. So there's a lot of different ways that it apparently can be interpreted. So we'll figure out what it's doing here. Where's my play button? There's my play button. Why is Ian looking grown in here? Because he is. Freeze tag. Unfreeze after breakfast. Unfreeze after lunch. Unfreeze after dinner. Every time. I should get used to that by now. Even if I eat 3 meals a day, I still feel helpless. Okay, let's see what this... Okay, so even if I eat 3 meals a day, I still feel helpless. I don't know if that means that like the meals are kind of like breaks, or even after I eat 3 meals a day, I still feel helpless. I'm gonna have to get into the lyrics to kind of see what I think that might be getting at, like what the heart of those lines are, because you're frozen. Like maybe you thaw out when you're eating, you let your guard down, you know, and that's kind of a thing all around the world, is you let your guard down when you're eating, and it's kind of a informal time usually. Even if I eat 3 meals a day, I still feel helpless though. I still feel helpless. Hey, buddy. I'll have to come back to this. See if I actually remember to come back to it, though. Day just passes, it burns and cools down. Okay. I have a feeling this one is going to be a little tougher for my interpretations. Day just passes, it burns and cools down, I'm guessing. So that sounds like the day-night cycle. Day passes, it burns, sun's up, then cools down, sun's down. Control, regulation, rules, all of these sweep all the broken atmosphere. So we do have a theme. We have the control, the regulation, the rules, all of those sweep all the broken atmosphere. I have a feeling that this is one of the tougher translations. Okay. I might have to check out a different Zaddy. Come on, Zaddy, help me out. I might have to check out a different translation. Sweep all the broken atmosphere. My best interpretation of that would be like referencing the control, regulations, rules, all of those things. Sweep them all up. It's a broken atmosphere. Just okay. Every day, do it however you want. Whatever that I grasp, I do my own thing. Yeah, the translation is a little rougher on this one than it has been on the previous three. Every day, do that day however you want to do it. Like, do whatever you want that day. Whatever it is that I grasp, I do that. I do my own thing. So, he's saying, it sounds like he's encouraging you to do whatever you want, or to do things however you want to do things. Again, the previous line, rules, regulations, all that, it's broken. Sweep it up. Sweep it up in the trash bin, I guess, in the good old rubbish bin. Sweep it into the rubbish bin. Whatever it is that I grasp, I do my own thing. Hyunjin saying he does his own thing, and he's encouraging you to do your own thing. For the goal, I only put in my own. All the others, throw it away. Hurricane. So for the goal, I only put in my own. Man, the translation is rougher on this one. And it could be, honestly, raps are usually a little bit harder to translate than vocal segments, because raps usually do a lot more puns, a lot more idioms, a lot more word plays in them. For the goal, I only put in my own. All the others, throw it away. Hurricane. Because is he talking about goal as in I have goals in life, or is he talking about goal as in a soccer goal, a basketball goal, where you put the ball into the goal? For the goal, I only put in my own. It almost makes more sense for me to see the goal as being I only put my own, like I only make my own shots. I'm not relying on other people. When I'm shooting for something, I'm only trying myself, to do it. I'm not going along with the crowd. I'm only putting myself out there. All the others, oh, hey, miss. All the others, throw that away. I'm not concerned about that. I'm just concerned about my own efforts. Throw it away. Then just throws in hurricane in there. And that can relate to throwing it away. Just throw it away. The hurricane, take it away. Sweep it away. A hurricane does a fantastic job sweeping things away. I am going to bring up off screen, I'm going to bring up another translation real quick and just kind of run through it and see if it has different stuff going on. Alright, sorry to Zaddy on this one. That was rough. This one is looking like it's less of a literal translation and more of an interpretation. Unfreeze after breakfast, unfreeze after lunch, unfreeze after dinner. Even if I eat if I eat 3 meals a day, I am lethargic. I'm guessing, meaning like I'm not getting energy out of those meals. I'm still running on empty. A day just passes by, I burn up, then I cool down. Restrictions, regulations, rules, they just sweep up the shattered vibes. Which is it's I was just thinking maybe that, and this is why it's nice to have translations that are a little bit different, is I thought that the sweeping up was sweeping up the restrictions, regulations, and rules, but really the restrictions, regulations, and rules, those are sweeping up the shattered vibes, it's trying to, the broken vibe, it's trying to, those just ruin everything. Each and every day, I do what I want, I do my work. That's what I get for trying to read. I do what I want, I do my work as it comes to me. So each and every day, like, I am, there's no you in here. This is all first person. I do what I want. I do my work as it comes to me. Like, I tackle things as I see fit. Like, this interests me, I do that. That interests me, I do that. I do what I want. I'm not fed by this factory machine of, you have to do what you want when somebody else tells you to do it. And yeah, that is a little bit of a societal critique, because it, again, is a rather modern phenomena that people can't do that. Like, we are so entrenched in the current work atmosphere that we think it's always been like that, and it hasn't. Actually, that came around during the Industrial Revolution. I mean, we are talking 150 years maybe since people have, like, genuinely been supervised at work. Before that, we were an incredibly agrarian society. Like, almost everyone was farmers. That's agrarian, you're a farmer. And you almost, generally almost always, you worked out your own plots of land, or you went out with other people and you worked the land together, and there was actually a lot more freedom in what you did when than before this modern era of being supervised at work constantly, being inside of a building and having an actual manager watching over you. That's a fairly new phenomena as far as the work life goes. And like, it's something I've gotten back to. I was working for 13 years in a office, and now I'm at my home office since the pandemic, and it has been so liberating, because my boss would come in sometimes, and I feel like even if I was totally on task, I would feel like I'm having, like, she's coming in to check on me, to look over my shoulder, to make sure that I'm not wasting company time. And dude, that's another critique from myself on the work culture, is like, you actually expect somebody to be focused for 8+ hours. Like, there's this insistence that you can totally be focused on one task for 8 hours. It's fine. You're not going to break your brain. It's fine. No, you're going to break your brain. And it's one of the reasons that I started doing these reactions, is because, like, I totally recognize, like, dude, I need breaks. Throughout the day, it's fine. It's a lot easier to work longer days. Like, it's not uncommon for me to work for 10+ hours, but I'm taking breaks. I'm doing this. Well, not this, but this is already at 1 hour 22, but, like, totally. I don't know if that was meant as a critique towards work society, but I kind of feel like it is. Each and every day, I do what I want. I do my work as it comes to me. I'm not like in this work maze where I'm going into an office, I'm going into a factory, and I'm being told what to do, and I'm having people look over my shoulder and say, "You're not on task. You need to do this. You need to do that. You're not supposed to do that right now. You're supposed to go over here and do this." And it's, yeah, it is so mind-breaking. Even back in the agrarian society with the farm work, on any given day, you could be in the field, tilling, planting, whatever, or something would break and you need to go fix your tool, or something would, things would come up, or real life would interject and you'd go to a market, you would take care of a sick loved one, and it was just, yeah, I'm rambling. I only apply what's mine to my goal. So that was kind of what I was thinking. I only apply what's mine to my goal. I blow away the rest. Hurricane. Yeah, I blow away the rest like a hurricane. Okay. I only apply what's mine to my goal. Like, I don't take others' input. I don't, like, society as a whole. I'm not like, I don't want necessarily what other people are telling me that I want. And that's, again, another societal critique, is keeping up with the Joneses, letting other people tell you what your goals should be. You should want a house. You should want to be a homeowner instead of an apartment dweller. You should want a bigger house. You should want to get the newest sneakers for your child. You should want. I apply what's mine to my goal. You can't do anything if you walk on eggshells. Time just slips by. The volume is way down again. You can't do anything if you walk on eggshells. Time just slips by. Yeah, if you're so concerned about what other people are thinking of you, what other people are gonna say, if you're walking on eggshells and just like so scared to break anything. And the thing about walking on eggshells is they're gonna break. Like, you cannot step on an eggshell and have it not break. I don't care how light you are. Like, my little itty cats will step on an eggshell and it'll break. You can't not break them. But the whole saying there is that with walking on eggshells is you try to be so careful, but it's inevitable. You're gonna break the eggshell. You can't do anything if you walk on eggshells. Time just slips by. So you're spending all this time trying to be cautious, trying to tiptoe around something that is just gonna break anyways. You're just gonna shatter it anyways. You're just gonna, fall short of those expectations anyways. You're just wasting your time. You're stepping on the eggshells. Get over it. A colt free from its reins, a bad kid with a screw loose. Colt being a young horse. A colt is a young horse, free from its reins. The reins being what human beings put on horses to control them. So, yeah, you let a horse, especially a young colt, free from its reins, and you just let it run, and man, that thing is gonna go buck wild. A bad kid with a screw loose. Going back to that theme, screws loose. Step out the way I want to move. Everyone moving the way they feel. And that step out, the greeting that they do, is that cube, that is from District 9. In the intro, Lino explains how that motion that they first do in the choreo there, that is their, visualization of stepping out of District 9. Stepping out of the, government-controlled dystopian type of setting where the government just brainwashes you pretty much into being one and the same. So, step out. District 9. Step out of District 9. Step out the way I want to move. Everyone moving the way they feel, which is an exact opposite of that District 9 control of the government or the man or the system controlling how you move, how you act. The gigantic iceberg that obstructs my way. I don't have time to melt it. Break it. Nice. Go through it. Go through the iceberg. Even if I slip and fall on the cold ice. I'll dust off my two shoulders and stand ill, shout loudly all around me. That has got to be a typo. I'll dust off my two shoulders and stand ill, shout loudly all around me. That is so a typo. Hang on. Yeah, that's a typo. It's pretty much as stand, dust on my two shoulders, stand, and shout loudly all around me. Just shout out, just kind of all around. Freeze. And they're interpreting that as unfreeze. Freeze, tag, unfreeze. I used to play freeze tag when I was young. Ice, ice. Back to the freeze. Unfreeze. Unfreeze. And I wonder if that also has the double meaning, of course, of going back to that iceberg that they don't want to melt. They're just going to go through it. Okay. Put both hands above your head. Hands up. Feel the sense of freedom. Everyone, turn up. Water gun. Run before the seeker comes. freeze tag, freeze tag. And I don't know if that is like the putting the hands up is less of a surrender thing as, oh gosh, let me know if it's like how you play freeze tag. When I played freeze tag, you had to actually kind of spread your legs out wide. I don't remember if we put our hands anywhere, but you just put your legs out wide, and it wasn't tag. It wasn't freeze tag. You didn't just tap them. You had to dive under their legs, crawl through their legs, and only once you crawled through their legs, then they were unfrozen. Let me know how you've played freeze tag. That's how I played freeze tag. So I'm guessing that kind of hands up is more of a... Where were we? Hang on. Get back there. Put both hands above your head, hands up, feel the sense of freedom. Like, I don't know if that is a reference to freeze tag again, or if that, it could be both, or if it is a reference to just surrendering to it all. Hey, surrender. Feel the sense of freedom in your surrender, or if it's a reference to freeze tag. And water gun. Water guns can, you spray water at ice, it kind of starts to unfreeze it. Water gun comes in, run before the seeker comes. So you get unfrozen, and now you both have to run before the seeker comes back to get you. Tag. Free me, liberate me. Who's been held captive? Pressure, back off. What do you keep talking about? Get lost for a sec. I think we're starting to lose the translation on this one too. So yeah, we got free me, liberate me. That's the freeze tag, is that you need somebody else. You can't do it on your own. You need somebody else's help to unfreeze you. Free me, liberate me, the me who has been held captive. And then all of a sudden, pressure, back off in English. Okay, so pressure, back off in English, and then back into what do you keep talking about? Get lost for a sec. Let me put my thinking cap on for that one. So free me, liberate me, the me who has been held captive, and then pressure, back off. What do you keep talking about? Get lost for. I don't know if he's saying that there's pressure that has been built up, so you need to back off, like, because that has been alluded to in other songs, that whole, tornado that's sealed up, walking through the minefield. I need to be unfrozen. I need to, because, kind of frozen, locking things up. I need to melt that. I need to free and liberate, but you better back off, because like a pressure valve goes off and pew! it's gonna let out. I'm thinking maybe that's what that is. Like, if you do unfreeze, if you do unlock, if you do unseal that jar, you better kind of back off a little bit, because the pressure is going to be let out. What do you keep talking about? Get lost for a sec. Let's see if he's got another verse. Hang on. Get lost for a sec, like a prison break. Throw the rules to them, shatter everything, bang, bang. Okay, so get lost for a sec, like a prison break. What do you keep talking about? Like, I don't know what I'm talking about, Felix. I'm just rolling with the dice here. What do you keep talking about? Let me know in the comments what you think that question is about. What do you keep talking about? If he is... My jury is out on that one. Get lost for a second, and then he clears it up. Get lost for a second, like a prison break. So, okay, I think he's actually asking somebody that... He's telling somebody to get lost. Okay, he's not saying, hey, get lost in this or that. Get lost in your thoughts. I think he's actually saying get lost. Like, get out of here, like a prison break. Go run off, go away. And he's asking the person, like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you keep talking about? Like, why are you talking to me about this? Like, get lost. Like, that, okay, let me know if you agree. Get lost for a sec, like a prison break. But that could also be the freeze tag. Get lost. What are you? You're a prisoner. trying to get the heck out of there. If you get lost during a prison break, you are trying to get out of that captivity and never be seen again. So, I don't know. Throw the rules to them. Shatter everything. Bang, bang. Run out with your handcuffs. Removed tag. Hit my frozen body. Whoa. We are starting to lose the translation a little bit. Run out with your handcuffs. Run out with your handcuffs removed. Tag. Hit my frozen body. Okay, there we go. They just didn't have punctuation. Book editor, y'all. Punctuation helps. Run out with your handcuffs removed. So, you're getting out of prison. What are you guys talking about? You're getting out of prison. Get out of there. Get lost. Like, never show your face again if you're an escaped the prisoner. Handcuffs are off. They're removed. Tag. He's got caught, right? Because that's what it's dang is unfreezing somebody. Tag is what you say when you freeze them. So, running out with the handcuffs removed, tag, got caught, got frozen, got captured. And then I'm guessing he's asking, hit my frozen body. He's looking for somebody to do exactly what Felix had just been talking about, freeze them. Where are we at? Free me, liberate me. Who's been held captive? Free me, liberate me. Right back there again. Run out with your handcuffs off. Remove. Tag. Hit my frozen body. I need to be freed and liberated. Nothing in my line of sight right now like this. I'm the champion with victory clutched in one hand. Okay, nothing in my line of sight right now. I'm thinking that's where the punctuation is. Nothing in my line of sight right now. Like this, I'm the champion with victory clutched in one hand. So his path is clear. Is that it? Nothing in my line of sight right now. His path is clear. Like this, I'm the champion with victory clutched in one hand. So, doesn't have a grasp on it with two hands yet. Is that what that means? Like, my line, I can see the finish line, my line of sight right now. There's nothing there. I don't have any other runners in the way. I'm in first place, but I'm not at the finish line yet. I like this, the champion with victory clutched in one hand. Almost at the finish line. Almost there, I think. Everyone is just horrified. My body is saturated with nonchalance. We're not horrified by that, Hyunjin. Nobody's horrified by Hyunjin's nonchalance. Stop what you're doing. Even if you fall 7 times, get up an 8th. Until I overcome everything, I'll keep rocking. Nice. And I don't know if that's a little bit of a biblical reference. Because there's the thing of, what if my brother sins against me, and I think it's 7 times, should I forgive him every time? And numerology, in that time, the number of 7, it was, like, the saying was more, it's a problem with translations, yo. The idioms, the puns, the everythings. Back then, he wasn't just saying, well, how about 7 times as opposed to 6 times? 7 times meant more along the lines of, what if he just keeps going and going and going? That was the meaning behind it. What if my brother just keeps sinning and sinning and sinning? Not 6 times as opposed to, not 7 times as opposed to 6 times, but the intent of the question was, what if he just keeps doing it over and over again? Do I just keep forgiving him? And it's like, stop what you're doing, even if you just keep falling over and over and over again. Get up until you overcome. Like, if that's, like, if that is kind of referencing that biblical reference, that is the actual meaning of it. Even if you keep falling down, keep getting up until you overcome everything. Keep rocking. Step out. The way I want to move. Everyone moving the way they feel. The gigantic iceberg that obstructs my way, I don't have time to melt it, break it, even if I slip and fall on the cold ice. I'll dust off my 2 shoulders and stand and shout loudly all around me. Freeze. Unfreeze. Put both hands above your head. Hands up. Feel the sense of freedom. Everyone turn up. Water gun. Run before the seeker comes. I'm crossing the line. I can't hold back any longer. Okay, so that is that running of the race. I'm guessing the, you know, like this on the champion with one hand on victory, basically. So that was running the race. So I'm crossing the line now. I can't hold back any longer. But also crossing the line as in, you know, you got your line in the sand and you cross the line or you don't cross the line. Well, I'm crossing the line. Oh, can't hold it back anymore. Once more, break the ice. The words I held in, just let it out. Look at the falsetto bang, Chan. I didn't notice that first time around. Run, even if we're on ice. Let it go. Burn it up. Stoke the fire in your heart right now. Getting out now. Burn up. Run more fearlessly. Freeze on freeze. Definite theme in this album. Definite theme in this album. Alright, moving on to the next right away, because I'm spending plenty of time on these individually. Alright, I had to pause to feed the dogs as well. They were telling me that this reaction is taking forever, and that